Hi, beautiful friend. I'm Jill, your inner healing coach. This letter is for you from the deepest pain that I have walked through. The mother who survived abuse and then survived something even more devastating, your own children turning against you. I want to begin with something most people will never understand. Being abused is one trauma, but being disbelieved by your children is another. And being blamed by the very people you protected, that is a heartbreak only a mother can understand. You didn't survive abuse once, you survived it twice. First at the hands of the man who broke you, and then in the silence, the distance, or the rejection of the children you tried so desperately to protect. And I need you to hear this with the full weight of truth. You were not a bad mom. You were a hurting mom, a surviving mom, a mom carrying more than any human being should ever have to carry. And your children only saw pieces of the story. They saw your exhaustion, not the reason for it. They saw your tears, not the moments that caused them. They saw your anger, not your captivity. They saw your shutdowns, not the trauma behind them. They saw your survival responses and thought that was just you. But that wasn't you. That was the version of you shaped by fear, pain, and years of endurance no one else lived inside of. And when you finally left, when you broke the cycle, when you chose safety over destruction, some of them didn't see the courage. They saw abandonment because of the narrative someone else fed them and how children process trauma and divorce. Children in abusive homes often rewrite the story to survive it. They blame the safer parent, they believe the louder voice, they align with the one who feels less threatening. They cling to the fantasy because the truth is too painful to face. And sometimes that leaves you holding the wounds of everyone's choices. So hear this clearly. Your children's perception is not your identity. Their rejection is not your failure. Their misunderstanding is not your truth. And they are not to blame. They cannot understand what they were never taught to see. They were shaped and damaged by the same abuse you endured. Children become products of the environment the abuser creates. And in their own way, they were victims of that same harm too. They just aren't ready or emotionally equipped to face that reality yet. You survived the yelling. You survived the chaos. You survived the manipulation. You survived the control. You survived the emotional warfare. You even survived the version of yourself you had to become just to make it through each day. But nothing prepares a mother for the moment her children say, "You weren't abused. You're exaggerating. You were the unstable one. You were the problem. You weren't a good wife." Those words cut deeper than anything your abuser ever did because you didn't just protect your children, you paid a price for them. You held the house together while you were falling apart. You absorbed the emotional damage so they wouldn't have to. You lived in survival mode so they could have some form of normalcy. You broke silently to keep everyone safe. You navigated chaos they still don't understand. And now they look at your lowest seasons and mistake trauma for failure instead of survival. This is a grief only a mother who has lived it can understand. But this is what I want you to hold on to. You were abused, you were mistreated, you were silenced, you were controlled. Your children unable or refusing to see it does not make it untrue. It only reveals how deeply they were affected by the same system that harmed you. Their judgment does not define you. Their blindness does not erase your truth. Their distance does not diminish your worth. You are not the woman they were told you were. You are not the mother your trauma made you look like. You are not the villain in someone else's narrative. You are a survivor. You are a warrior. You are a woman who walked through fire and didn't lose her soul. You are a mother who loved even when you were breaking. And now, please listen closely. Stop seeing yourself through the version of you who was drowning, exhausted, hurting, and afraid, even when you were her. She did not deserve the judgment. She deserved compassion. She deserved safety. She deserved support, and she deserved love, and so do you. If this message speaks to the deepest ache in your soul, you are exactly who I created the Inner Healing Journey method for. Inside this course, you will finally understand your trauma responses, break the shame your children's rejection created, build your nervous system, restore emotional grounding, reconnect with God safely, reclaim your identity, rebuild the pieces trauma fractured, forgive yourself for the years you survived, Become the woman you were always meant to be. And no, this isn't about blaming your children. It's about freeing you from the story they were taught to believe. It's about healing your heart, mind, spirit, and voice so their misunderstanding no longer becomes the soundtrack of your soul. You are still a mother worth loving, a woman worth believing, a heart worth healing. You deserve to have your truth spoken with clarity, dignity, and peace, to honor your motherhood, your pain, your growth, and the woman you are today. If you're ready, I would be honored to walk this healing journey with you. Your restoration begins the moment you decide this pain will not define you anymore. And if this message touched a place in you that's been aching in silence, I want you to know this. You are not forsaken, you are not forgotten, and God is not finished with your story. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you never walk this journey alone again. And starting December 1st, go read the full Estranged Motherhood series on my blog, a 9-part healing journey created specifically for mothers like you who deserved compassion, clarity, and restoration. I'm here with you, beautiful friend, and your healing continues from this moment forward.